So today we're gonna talk about dirty toys and the kinds with the big boobs and the ones that you like, the nasty toys, the kinds that are ruining youth. I'm of course talking about dolls. I don't know if you were imagining. I don't even want to know what you were imagining. Dolls these days, they just ruin America's youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this thing. It's so disproportional. I mean, kids. What kind of example is this setting for children? I mean, this doll doesn't even have legs. You're gonna cause a bunch of kids to go out and be amputees. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Look at this thing. And she's so dirty. That's what I meant by dirty toys. I mean, yeah, I've had her since I was a baby, and I think she's maybe been through a washing machine twice. That's too long to go through it without a washing machine. And then, Firecrotch here is Raggedy Ann. She's the next main culprit, you know? She's not proportional either. And she's wearing way too short of a dress for a girl her age. I mean, I don't know how old she is. She's been around since like the 40s or something. Which, regardless if she's supposed to be a little girl or if she is as old as the 40s, that's pretty nasty. And then, it's that blonde bimbo that we all know and hate. That wears the way too short clothes and the pink all the time. She's been around forever, but you just can't get rid of her. She's everywhere. No, not everywhere, but of course, I'm talking about Bookworm Betty. Oh, you were thinking Barbie, this slut. Yeah. So apparently there's lots of hate going around for Barbie. You know? I mean, like a lot of hate going around for Barbie. And it's terrible. I mean, Barbie, people are like, oh, Barbie is ruining America's youth. She's a blonde slut and she wears too short of clothes and it's all, and that's not a real image to portray for girls. And I'm just like, okay, so you think that real women don't look like this. So you would prefer having a big fat fuck that looks like, I'm a big fat fuck, to be little girls' role models? I mean, I'm not saying that, like, it's healthy for girls to be wanting to be, like, anorexic or something. And I'm not the skinniest girl in the world, you know, and I have feelings against bitches who are way too skinny. And my sister is recovering anorexic. And, I just... People, like, have so much hate towards Barbie. They're like, she's ruining America's youth, and nobody is that skinny and has big boobs like that. And honestly, whenever I was a little girl and I was playing Barbies, I wasn't thinking, man, I wish I had big boobs and I was skinny like Barbie. I was thinking, hey, I'm going to dress Barbie up in this rad-ass outfit, and I'm going to take her to the mall. You know? I mean, little kid, you know, maybe teenagers care about that. Like, I look at Barbie now and I'm like, oh man, I wish I were that skinny. You know, sometimes, but then I'm like, no, she's a toy. People need to get over themselves. Barbie is a toy. She is a fashion doll. She is no different than this doll that is not proportional. She is no different than this doll that is not proportional. This doll is way too skinny, has way too long legs, long, unrealistic blonde hair, and I've never felt anything wrong towards any of these toys. So why should anybody feel spite towards Barbie? And this, of course, is an older Barbie from like the 90s. I don't know if you can see her face. She's like, hey, I'm Satan. And like she has the bigger bust and shit, and she has the bigger tits and it's getting X-rated in here. See, I told you it was gonna get dirty. The big boobs and shit. See, I'm sorry if this is scarring children across America or old people across America. I don't know who watches this. And just, okay, this is Barbie's old body, right? She has this tiny waist and the big boobs. I think it would be disgusting if you saw a real person like that. And people make points of that. They're like, Barbie's disgusting. She has the tiny waist and the big boobs. You guys, it's a fashion doll. Get the fuck over yourself. I mean, seriously, grow up. If you're really, like, so pathetic that you're aspiring to be, like, a fashion toy. And I don't want people to be offended and stuff and be like, oh, and like leaving comments and stuff. And YouTube comments are never friendly, I might add. And then, you know, and recently, like in this past, decade, they have been making Barbies more realistic. I mean, yes, she's still very, very skinny. I mean, but she's not as skinny, and her body is more realistically shaped. I mean, yeah, pause and fap, hang on. There you go. There you go. You sickos. But I just think it's ridiculous for people to get so pissed off at Barbie. It's not like some evil people in some corporate office somewhere are like, man, let's ruin a little girl's childhood by giving Barbie a skinny waist. You know, like, if anything, I think Barbie is an inspiration to girls because she like proves that you can be anything. You can well, I mean, come on, let's just look at the facts. Barbie's been in the army, she's been an astronaut, she's been a business lady, a dentist, a doctor, a mom, a dog walker, a firefighter, I don't fucking know, sexy secretary. I mean, and I think, I mean, although girls most likely won't all grow to be skinny, I mean, we've proven that over plenty of years, but I mean, I think it's good to have a healthy, a fit. I don't want to offend people by saying fat and skinny, because, you know, people will. They're going to be like, oh, I'm offended. I mean, I get offended by fat, because I'm not the skinniest person in the world, and I'm far from it. I mean, I'm not Ethiopian. I'm sorry. I just think that people need to calm their fucking tits, and stop. Barbie, this Barbie, with the bigger boobs and the skinnier waist, her boobs aren't even that big. She looks really fat on top. And fat. Right. You're disgusting. I mean... She's a toy. She's a piece of plastic. She's no different than Raggedy Ann. You know, she's a fucking ginger. How dirty you do get? Barbie's just an innocent little slutty blonde. And she's a fashion doll. She's a fashion icon. And, I mean, if you think about any other fashion icons, Marilyn Monroe, I mean, who would you rather have being... Who would you rather have being your child's role model? A slutty, nasty... ancient piece of shit, or a plastic doll who she smiles and she just wants kids to aspire their lives and follow their dreams. Barbie, be who you want to be. Yeah. I keep getting off track because there's music in the background and hope that turned out okay. This is again a rough draft. But I just think people need to calm their fucking tits and not have such strong feelings towards toys. Like, I don't see anybody that's just like, let's go assassinate Raggedy Ann. But then there's people on the internet that are like, I don't think Barbie's a good role model. And you know, I mean, the chubby Barbies do amuse me if you look them up. Or like the zombie Barbies or emo Barbie or something. But I mean, come on. Power Rangers aren't like, you don't see people going off on Power Rangers like, oh, they're teaching little boys violence is okay and that they can fight crime like that and they're gonna injure themselves by throwing ninjas. Shut up. Barbie, or G.I. Joe, you know? I mean, Barbie is just the girl G.I. Joe, except taller. I mean, she's teaching them that girls, they can be strong. She's been around for like 50 billion years. I mean, really, she's been around since like the 40s or something like that. And... I just heard the music, I'm sorry. But G.I. Joe teaches guys that they can be strong and they can be in the army, and Barbie teaches girls that they can be strong and they can be whoever they want. So can people just like pipe the fuck down about their issues with Barbie if you're a little bit overweight, or even if you have an eating disorder? Obesity is... fuck, I screwed that up. Obesity is an eating disorder too, you guys, and if it takes a plastic doll to push you to maybe be a little bit more fit, I'm not... And it's not like on the box Barbie is like, hey guys, stick your finger down your throat. It's okay to make yourself bulimic. I mean, it's a doll. Okay? Chill out. In conclusion, I would like to say that I like Barbie and that Raggedy Ann is a dirty fire crotch. Yeah.